Hello guys, Bevis here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a special question in the works. Is iRacing worth it in 2025? Whether you're a seasoned veteran or newcomer considering your first lap, there's a lot of stuff to unpack about this game and its future. So stick around, we're gonna we'll break down the stuff, the expenses and everything about iRacing, and is it worth in 2025? Let's get into it. So let's kick things off by talking about where iRacing stands today. So basically, if you're familiar with the game, you know iRacing has been around for over a decade now, constantly evolving with new content, cars, tracks and features. But here in 2025, iRacing has really owned in on making itself the ultimate sim racing platform. The physics are as realistic as ever, the graphics have improved, they keep adding stuff, tracks, cars, everything. So the competitive experience is as big as it gets. What makes 2025 unique is how much the game has been integrated with real-world motorsport. So from real-life events like the NASCAR series to high-fidelity car models built with the inputs from the manufacturers. iRacing is like the deepest game ever. The new tire models and the improvements to track scanning, making every surface feel unique. They have raised the bar of realism, and I think it's a top-notch product. But the question is iRacing still like the best sim racing game out there? Because the people keep coming back. We've seen a ton of racing games come out this year, even years before. So basically, why is iRacing still relevant? So one of the biggest sticking points for newcomers and obviously returning players is the cost of the game and the costs you are having in the game. iRacing runs like it has a subscription model, which means you need to pay for both the base of the base game and the content you want to race in. Some people will argue that it's too expensive, especially compared to games like Assetto Corsa or the free-to-play sim racing games from other platforms. So let's break this down. A base iRacing account starts at around $12 a month, and that gives you access to a couple of cars and tracks. But if you want access to the full range of content, new tracks, cars, even events, you will have to buy additional content or purchase bundles. So over time that adds up, and it's definitely something to consider if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a lot of money, or you just can't spend a lot of money on a game. But here's the catch. For those who take sim racing seriously, the subscription model ensures you're on a racing platform that's constantly updated and supported. So it's more premium experience than most other sim races, with the service matchmaking always up to snuff. Plus they've implemented features like dynamic weather, real-time race weekends, live commentary during the tournaments, which you won't find in most other titles of the sim racing community. Now let's talk about the community. The community in iRacing really sets the game apart from others. When you sign into iRacing, you join the global community of racers. So even if you're an amateur or a pro, you're racing against people who are dedicated to improve their skills. So the matchmaking system is one of the best in the industry, and the ranking system ensures you're racing against people who are at your skill level. So if you want to climb the ladder and put the part in the highest levels of sim racing, iRacing is where you want to be. They have recently introduced some new ways to make racing more accessible to new sim racers, newbies, and people who have not spent a lot of time sim racing. But at the top end, the competition is severely brutal. You'll be racing in some of the most intense leagues, battling for championships that often lead to real-world motorsport opportunities. And let's not forget about the social aspect of the game. The community is so massive, and the forums, Discord, servers, in-game chat ensure that no one ever feels alone. Whether you want to race with your friends or join a team, tournaments and stuff like that, iRacing provides plenty of options for you to connect with like-minded racers. So there's another question about the game. Why people stick to iRacing? This is really important. It's not just about the graphics or the content, it's the whole package. iRacing has built a reputation for delivering an experience that combines realism, community and competition. but what really keeps people coming back after year? First up, the official racing series. iRacing hosts a wide range of official events from grassroots to professional series, all organized with impeccable attention to detail. Whether you're into rotor racing, oval racing, dirt, iRacing has an official series for you, and the structure is what sets it apart from other games. The structured seasons, clear rankings, and constant competition give players the feeling of progress, which is something that can keep you hooked for many years to come. Then there's the community. That's what makes iRacing so intense, because people come here to race, and most people who pay a subscription model will not troll in a game like many other sims and just press reset button. That doesn't happen in iRacing. You're racing against others who take the sport seriously, and while the competition can be fierce, it's also incredibly supportive. You'll find countless racing teams, online leagues, and dedicated Discord communities where you can connect with like-minded racers. Plus, there's an integrated esports scene. iRacing has long been the home of top-tier sim racing esports with events like NASCAR and the iRacing World Championship. If you're aiming for the professional side of racing, iRacing has opportunities that are second to none. There's another thing I want to mention, and that's the challenges iRacing is facing in 2025. There is some serious competition incoming, and I think it's gonna be a hefty battle between the top sim. So one big challenge is a barrier to entry. While iRacing has made efforts to introduce new players to the game, the steep learning curve can be a major hurdle for beginners. The racing is intense, and even if you're just racing for fun, you'll find yourself up against some skilled drivers who take things very seriously. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you're just starting out. Another issue which I've seen been mentioned in the forums and in Discord servers is the server reliability, and the downtime and uptime of the servers. While iRacing does an incredible job maintaining the game overall, there are still occasional issues with the servers and race interruptions, which can be really frustrating, especially during peak times when everyone's trying to race and have fun with the game. Lastly, content updates and the pricing. Some people would say it's too much. I would agree on some part, but if you're racing and you want to improve and you want the best realistic sim, I think there is second to none to iRacing. Lastly, content updates and pricing can be a pain point. While the content is high quality, it's also really expensive to some people. Many players feel that to truly enjoy the full iRacing experience, they need to purchase a ton of additional tracks and cars. This pricing model combined with the recurring subscription fees has some players asking if it's really worth the investment over time in the long run. So, is iRacing still worth in 2025? If you're looking for extremely competitive professional level sim racing experience with regular updates, realistic physics, and a massive community, iRacing is still the gold standard. Sure, it's pricey and the learning curve can be steep, but serious sim racers, it's hard to beat. However, if you're a casual player who just wants to race for fun with minimal investment, there are definitely cheaper options out there. And for those who want the thrill of racing against one of the best of the best actually, the sheer scale of iRacing offerings makes it worth considering. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you gonna buy? Have you bought it? Have you tested it? Are you new to the game? And what do you think about the updates upcoming in 2025? And does iRacing have any competitors whatsoever? And is it gonna get beaten? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, press the bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.